That's fine.
Woohoo! We're here.
Ooh, hey, we're here. You got me and Heather tonight. Everybody else has got other plans. I think Sherry's got to speak at some sort of deal, and we don't know what Tony's doing. He's just, it's Tony. Okay, it's Tony.
I sent
So,
an invite. He might join us. He might not. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
well, I hope he can. That'd be great if he can. So, let's see who. Might
My
just,
internet guys, I'm gonna apologize. They're working on utilities down my street, so if we drop out,
yeah.
I apologize. There's nothing I can do to control that.
They've been working on your stuff all week, haven't they?
Yeah,
Hey,
I think it's been about
Teresa.
two
Hey,
weeks.
Jason.
No.
How y'all doing? Suzanne. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Cat Kane, how you doing? Jane, good to see y'all.
I think we'll probably give away some Book of Bob's the new reprints if
Hey,
you comment
Heather.
in the chat.
Hey, Sherry. Patty at the laundromat. Susan Lane. Susan Cook. Sherry has got a speaking engagement she had to attend, some sort of charity function. That's the hardest working woman I've ever seen in my life. I mean, oh my gosh. So, well, what are they telling you about your internet? Anything?
No, they
Just
just tell me
whoops.
when it's going to be have issues, and then they tell me when it's supposedly back on, and that's it. I just know they're putting an electrical pole up in my neighbor's yard, and I think that has a lot to do with everything.
Hey, Debbie and Macon. Kimberly.
Well, Lamar, do you have any great weekend plans since everybody's left us in the dust?
Well, I am. We're going to do a little bit of camping. We're going to get the camper ready. I brought it up to the house tonight, get everything packed up, and after the show tomorrow, we're going to head out of town for a little bit and
Exciting.
enjoy some weather. We hope we enjoy some weather. I don't know. We'll see. Listen, it doesn't matter where you're at. For me, and if you're a camper, you understand this. Whether you're 20 miles from the house or 200 miles or 2,000 miles, it's the same. You're not at home. It's completely different. You're not at home, and that's what we're looking for. It's to not be at home. So that would be great. That would be fantastic. So I'm hoping to work on a little bit more, finish out some stuff on the cookbook and get it squared away. And I've got just about all my pictures and all that stuff squared away. So we're getting there.
I've got some recipes to test cook for you this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, yeah. Take some pictures.
Yeah.
Here's anybody that's coming to my house. I just automatically I say, okay, we're cooking this because I've got to cook it and I've got to have a picture of it. So, hey, Rebecca in Florida.
I threw my back out a little bit gardening. Um,
Ooh,
Susan, yeah, I have some plans tomorrow. One of my uh, friends or work acquaintances, he sometimes does video work for us, is having a showcase, and I'm going to go uptown and see that for
well,
just to
that's
support.
cool. So I don't. I missed it. I missed who said it. They said you could. I couldn't pay you to go camping. Please don't confuse what we do with camping. Do not confuse that. I mean, it's as it's as far from actual camping as you can get. I'm temperature controlled. I've got hot running water, shower. I got every. No, we're good. We're really good. You're not gonna
I
get. Carla's not getting in the tent. That's out. That's never happening.
I don't camp. I will not. I will not sleep in a sleeping bag. I will not lay on the ground unless I have to. There's some serious problems if I'm doing that. Don't make me do that.
Yeah, yeah. I think a long time ago we took the kids when the kids were smaller. We went actual tent camping, and I mean, I could see that. I mean, I could, but no, I need something that's on wheels and it's got TV and all the other stuff. It's got
I
everything.
I need access to a bathroom at all points in time. I do not want to go in the woods. No, thank you.
Mm-mm. No, see, when Sherry and Kevin go camping, they go camping. They go
Yeah.
rustic camping. But
No,
no,
thank you.
no, 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 no. Listen, we're 99.9% of the places that well, I guess 100% of the places we stay have bathhouses, and they are fantastic. They are clean. You've got your own individual room. I mean, they're awesome. But Carlos, Carlos says we didn't get a camper for me to go to the bathhouse. I'm not going to the bathhouse. And
Yep.
if we're camping at a state park that doesn't have full hookup for full complete sewer, there's for your gray water and your black water, you can only have so much, and then you got to dump it. And so if we're in something like that, I'll go to the bathhouse to take showers and stuff just to save the water. Carla's not doing it. Not doing it. It's not going to happen. I mean, that's
I'm with Carla. I'm not doing
yeah,
it either.
yeah. So please, when I say going camping, it's by all means, it's glamping all the way, 100% all the way. So yeah, we got two bathrooms. I mean, no, no, it's yeah, no, it's as far from camping as you can get. But you still get to sit out there and do the fire. I love the fire. I love the fire. Even in the summertime, we'll still build a fire. We'll build a fire during the middle of the day. Just that it's just pretty cool to have a fire. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I have a little fire bowl here that I'd like to just sometimes just light up for no good reason other than
Yeah,
I have it and I want to.
yeah. Yeah. Well, we went camping a few weeks ago, and I called down to the we was at a KOA, and I called down to the office because it's a really cool little KOA, and it's a small one, and the customer service is crazy. You just call down, and they'll bring you whatever. I called down. I said, "Can I get some wood?" And they said, "Oh, no, no, no." That was when it was a no burn situation.
Yeah.
That sucks when you're camping and it's got the no burn thing going. But I understand. Gosh knows I understand. So you know.
Yeah. The whole western half of North Carolina right now is really struggling with the fires and
Well, we had some rain finally this week. I hope that it rained as much there as it did here because this was a good rain. This is that kind of rain that would probably really help the fire situation. So,
oh, Sarah Sherwood, thank you. And yeah, before we get too far and before I forget,
yes.
True Weird Stuff was nominated for a Webby, and if you have the time, go vote for it. You can find the link to everything on bobandcherry.com/vote, and go ahead and vote for us. We would greatly appreciate it. We would love to win a Webby. It's one of my career dreams to win a Webby.
I mean, wouldn't you say that for the digital world,
It's a
internet
big
world,
deal.
it's the Oscars for that. For
Yeah, it's a huge
it's
deal. It's
big.
a huge deal.
And for True Weird Stuff to be picked as one of the top 5 in that category, and that covers the whole country, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so that's a big deal. Just being
That is,
nominated is huge.
it's
And
huge. And
yeah,
the Webbies are an amazing organization. Like, I'm really excited. Just being nominated is a big deal, but I really hope we can win it. Especially for Sherry. I hope we can win it.
yeah, that would be so so good, so good. Kathleen, I don't know if I look for. I don't think with me at the house, you might have to ask Carla that. She might look for some quiet time. There's never any quiet time if I'm awake. So
Yeah, that's Ellie. That's everybody's hearing her purr.
yeah.
It's Miss Ellie. She's my old baby.
See, all these people are voting. That's good.
Thank
That's
you.
really
Thank you
good.
so much.
Yeah,
It
we
means
really
a
do
lot.
appreciate it.
It really does.
Yeah, I you know, we were talking when Sherry. I was talking to me and Max was talking to Sherry when she got the thing, and she started crying. She was so excited. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
the Webbies are such a huge deal, and True Weird Stuff means so much to Sherry.
yeah.
Um,
She's put so
it
much into it. Her and Max
she
both.
puts literally everything.
Yeah,
Everything she doesn't give to the show already, she puts in True Weird Stuff. That's her baby project.
yeah,
and so it
Yeah.
means a lot that it gets nominated for these awards.
Yeah. And this,
Um,
and what, there was already in the last few months, there's been four more awards, different awards that they've got. I think it's four.
I think, yeah, I know that we won two,
Yeah.
but the other two, I'm not sure if we're just nominated, haven't won yet,
But
or if I missed.
all of a sudden, it's beginning to attract some attention.
Yes, yes.
And
Um,
the thing is, the quality of the production is just it's. I don't know of any other podcast I've ever listened to that's got as good a production values with the voices and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy good.
um, Judy Sherry is traveling to do a speaking engagement this weekend for a charity. So you got me and Lamar tonight. That's
Yep, we're gonna do the best I can. So, I'm looking forward to seeing because it's 2 weeks of voting, I think,
yeah.
and I'm looking forward to that. Do they go? Will her and Max go somewhere? Will they do this, or will they do it online? How does it work? Do you
You know,
know?
I'm not fully sure if that category goes to the event or not, but they do host an event, and I would hope that they get to go because that would be such a huge thing
Yeah,
for them to be able to, go accept that award. So I do hope they get to go.
yeah, that would be great.
But there are a lot of different little categories for the Webbies, and I don't know if every single one of them is at the event or not.
All right, Dory, you're asking me to tell a story. That's almost as intimidating as somebody walking up to me and say, I'll tell you a story about that." When I was in high school, I don't know how everybody else's high school was. This was a fairly small high school. We had probably our graduating class was probably 300 people. Um, but we had for the yearbook, you had superlatives. Most likely to succeed, most likely to go to jail, most likely, whatever. And so I had one the funniest. I was really going for the most handsome, but that did not happen. But anyway, you take what you can get. And so I was dating this girl, and she was from a neighboring town, and so I went to a dinner, and she had a brother that was a year older than her, and we're at this table, and there's probably a dozen people at the table. It's a big dinner. It's really nice. Everything's great, and I'm sitting there and being, whatever. And so, right in the middle of everything, he goes, he said, "My sister told me that in the superlatives, they picked you the funniest." And I said, "Yeah, yeah." He goes, "Say something funny for us." Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was the most awkward, which is what he wanted it to be. He wanted it to be the most awkward and uncomfortable. I mean, it was a killer. It was a killer. And oh God. And that dinner dragged on. It seemed like that dinner lasted for 4 hours. I couldn't wait to get
When
out of
when you
there.
have to perform like on cue, it
God.
makes it so much harder.
Oh,
I don't know how like you and Sherry and Bob and all of you guys go in front of people and do that because I'm not built that way. I'm like, let me go hide somewhere in the corner. If I
when you're
attend
sitting at
events and I don't have a camera in my hand, I don't know how to function.
when you're sitting at the table with 11 other people and you don't know any of them except the girl that you're dating, and conversation comes to a complete halt and it's dead silence after he said that, and everybody turns to look at, oh my God. Oh my God. It was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah. Not good. Not good. Mm-mm-mm.
Somebody asked what you were reviewing tomorrow,
Ooh.
Lamar.
I am reviewing A Working Man with Jason Statham. And I'll go ahead and say I love Jason Statham. I mean, I really, really do. And if you check the Rotten Tomato score, it's a low score. The critics, it's always a low score for him, but the audience is always a high score. because he knows who his audience is, he knows what his audience likes, and he continually does what they like.
Mm.
That's why he has, in the movies he's been in so far, the box office was 8.5 billion with a B, and he's right now currently worth 125 million his own self. So I don't think he really cares about that critic score. I really, really don't. you know, but if you love him, you love the movie, and he, it's very simple. It's not life changing, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Excuse me. Mm. We I posted on Facebook. We got a brand new baseball stadium in Spartanburg, which is a pretty big deal. I mean, it's a way bigger deal than I thought it was going to be. It's right downtown, where you can sit at the baseball stadium and you can see the Marriott and all the stuff downtown. And it's a big stadium. It's so well built. It is nice. They've got two or three different places to eat, as far as getting food and stuff. They got cocktails. It is jam up, and I think it seats about 3,000 or something like that. And right now they're doing practice games and stuff like that. The official season hadn't opened up. It won't open up till the 15th, I think. But it's been like sold out crowds every night, and I, I'm not a person. I do not watch baseball on TV. I don't watch baseball because on TV, and they play a million baseball games a year. I mean, everybody, that's all they're doing is playing baseball. But to go to a baseball game is really, really cool. And last night, it was so nice. The weather was good. It was a little chilly, but it was good, and the crowd was good, and it was really, Greenville, South Carolina, which is a larger city than where I live in Spartanburg. They've had a baseball stadium downtown like that for a few years, and it's been very good for them. And I think this is going to be very good for us. I can see myself going. I can see myself going because it's so close. I mean, takes me 10 minutes to get there. It's 50 yards away from where Carla works as far as real estate. So, you know,
That's
it's been really good. It's been really, really good. So
awesome. Holly asked if I could tell people about my cats. I have two. I have Miss Ellie, who's a tortoiseshell. It's kind of, she's just my oldest, and then I have a orange blonde fuzzy cat named Harper.
is
She's
that the one you've got? Who are you holding now?
oh, this is Ellie.
Ellie?
Ellie hears people and thinks I should come hang out. So she hears me talking and thinks that she also would like to be famous. So, um, yeah, so those are my two, and then I have Frank back there, my leopard gecko. Um, but yeah, good. I heard the new stadium in Greenville is really nice. That they're going to do some summer concerts there,
Oh
maybe.
yeah. They are good friends of ours that we camp with. He bought two season ticket passes, and he the cool part about that is he's got the season. Those tickets are always available to him. He can go. They're already paid for. And when they have concerts and stuff, he's still got those seats. He can still use those seats. And there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. That kind of stuff is what really makes a downtown really come alive. It makes all the difference in the world. And I ran across a couple of listeners that they live like you can see their apartment from the stadium. They've watched the stadium being built, and they've been really excited about it. And it's a really really nice. It's a nice thing. Yes.
Todd Knotts, Sherry is okay. She's traveling to do a speaking engagement
Yeah.
for a charity, so she just can't be here tonight. She's fine. And somebody asked how Bob was doing in retirement. Bob is doing fantastic. He is
We just
really
talked to
loving not having
him.
to wake up.
Me and Sherry Max talked to him yesterday, I think, and he had called to talk about how he had enjoyed his retirement party and how much fun it was, and he sounded great. He sounded great, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. I think he's really figuring out how to work this whole retirement thing. I think it's working really well, really, really well. So yeah, he's doing good. He's doing real good. He sounded great.
Um, Jenny Waybright, I had a litter robot. My girls were terrified of it. Um, my big guy who passed away a couple years ago, he was fine with it. He used it, but they won't go near it. They think robots are the devil apparently, and
Is
just
that the
will not.
big one? Is that the big
Yeah, the
robot?
rotating litter robot.
Real?
Yeah.
Does it work like it's supposed to?
Yeah, it did. He like when my big cat when he used it, it was fantastic. Loved it. Wish my girls would use it, but they will not. They're just scared
Yeah.
of it.
Alex, our daughter, has got multiple cats, three cats, and they bought some sort of one that was not like that, but it was one that used. You had to continually buy something,
Yeah.
with that subscription deal, and that it just became too expensive. But that one, you buy it, and that's it, right?
Yeah, so you can use whatever litter, and you just have to buy these bags for it. But
Yeah.
the bags are not too terribly expensive. Um, but yeah, I would have loved to have kept it and kept using it, but they won't use the girls won't use it at all. They're scared of it. So that's
Does it
the
make a lot of
unfortunate.
noise?
Huh?
Does it make a lot of noise?
Yeah, I guess it did. I not really enough that I would notice it, but like a low sound dishwasher, you know, when it would rotate, you could
Oh
hear the
yeah,
gears
okay.
moving.
Okay. Yeah. I would. I like. I would like to give that as a Christmas gift to Alex and Eric, but good gosh, that's
They
expensive.
are pricey. They are
Well,
pricey. It was
but if I had a cat, I'd have to have that. I'd
it
have to
was
have
an
it.
it was a gift somebody gave me, and like I said, my big guy loved it, would use it, but the girls won't use it, so I actually gave it to the shelter to go home with it with a cat um,
David
because
Ledford, you're asking me about how I met Bob and Sherry and how it came to be on the show. I'm sure probably 80% of everybody that's listening tonight already knows this story, but I'll give an abbreviated version of it. Many, many, many years ago, probably 29 years ago. Um, oh, they did get one? Oh, yeah, but it's not like the one I'm talking about. Okay. Carla says they do have one that gets rid of their the cat stuff, so that's great. Then I don't have to buy one. But anyway, like it's around best I can track it down is about 29 years ago. I was dating a lady, and she wanted to go to a concert in Charlotte, and so I got tickets, and so we went to the concert, and it was on a Sunday night, and it was great. And so we're driving back on Monday morning, and she's got her radio on the Bob and Sherry show, which I'd never heard of them. Didn't listen, didn't know anything about it. And so I'm listening to it, and they were doing a celebrity softball tournament, and just talking about some stuff and whatever. And it was very funny. It was very, very funny. So once I got home, I started listening to it from my office, and it was great. And back then they did the chat room, and that would be a full hour, and they would either throw out a subject or somebody would call in with a subject or whatever, and then they would get phone calls about it, and whoever told the best story would win something. So I called in, told a story, and I won something. And it was something like dance lessons in Charlotte or something like that. Well, I'm an hour or better away from Charlotte, so I'm not taking the dance lessons. So, but I would win stuff like that. And so every time I called with a story, I won a prize. So I didn't want to outstay my welcome. So I started off only called once a week. And if I called more than once, I would always make it to be 2 days between a phone call. And when I called, I would time myself, and I would never stay on more than 2 minutes, and then I'm off. And so after a while, when I would call, I would tell Max it was me, and he would say, and what I did was after I quit telling stories, I started calling and commenting on other people's stories, making fun of them and being a general smartass, which is, you know, that's sort of the gig, I guess. And so I would call, and Max would say, "What do you want to say?" And I would tell him, and he'd put me on. So after a couple of months of doing that, I would call, and he would say, "Is this you?" And I would say, "Yeah, it's me." And he would hold up this on his forehead, the Bob Sheri, which you can take that one of two ways. I don't know if he meant it was the loser that keeps calling or it was Lamar. But anyway, they would put me straight on, and so I'd say whatever. But I never called more than twice in 1 week. I never stayed on more than 2 minutes. And so one day I won a spiral sliced ham. Now, I'm a man that would drive from Spartanburg to Charlotte for a spiral sliced ham. I mean, come on now. I mean, come on. It's a spiral sliced ham. So I drove up there to get it. Well, they were doing an appearance at a grocery store chain. They were doing an appearance, and it was not too far from there. So I thought, okay, fine. So I went and got my spiral sliced ham, and then I went over to the grocery store, and this was their second cassette of Best of Bob and Sheri. This was on they did one the year before, but this was their second year, and they did a cassette, and so I stood in line and bought the cassette, and so they would autograph the cassette for you. So Sheri said, "Who do I make this out to?" And I said, "Well, make it out to Lamar." And she said, "Are you that guy that keeps calling us?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "At this point now, I'm stalking you at grocery stores. I talked to him for about 30 seconds and then I left. And so I continued to call and they continued to answer. So one morning I called and Bob had laryngitis. And so Sheri came on to the phone while the commercial break, and she said, "Bob's got laryngitis." She said, "Will you come on and co-host the show with me for the chat room?" And I said, "Yeah, okay." So I'm in my car on a cell phone, so I'm just riding around Spartanburg, talking on the phone and co-hosting the show with her. And so when I went home for lunch, my answering machine, that's how long ago it's been. There used to be this thing, it was an answering machine, and it was square, and it was hooked up to your phone line, and you could leave a message. That's what that was. And so I came home and my light was on, and it was Max, and he was saying, "Bob has still got laryngitis. Can you come to Charlotte and do it live in the studio?" And I said, "Yeah." So I went in the next morning and went in and sat down in the studio and put the headphones on, and we started talking. And at that point, they gave me a private number to call so I could get straight through. And we did that. And not long after that, it got syndicated. And I started going with them to the syndicated places, and it was really cool. The most interesting thing about being there that first day is, if y'all listen to the show closely, and back then especially, no matter what this topic was, when somebody was talking about something, within 5 seconds, it seemed like Max would have the absolute perfect song playing underneath it. And I was amazed at that. So I thought, man, I can't wait to see how he does that. Well, I was thinking it was some sort of automated thing or whatever. I'm sitting there, got the headphones on, and we start talking, and somebody starts talking about a certain subject. Max grabs a big CD folder, like a notebook, and it's got like 4 CDs on each page. And he's ripping through there, grabbing a CD and slamming it in and hitting it in the perfect song. I mean, he every time. And he had that down pat. He knew exactly where everything was. He knew exactly what he was looking for. And later on down the road, they did make an automated thing that he could put in, and then he could, find it a little bit easier. But he was doing every bit of that on the fly. He's an amazing producer. He really, really is. I mean,
You
to
can't,
watch him do that, I was just like slack jawed. I mean, it was amazing. But
you can't say enough about how terrific Max is and how
oh yeah,
intelligent. Like one of the best producers in our industry, I'm convinced. He's just
oh
never
yeah.
gotten the accolades.
Oh yeah, he is perfect. Tanya, no, not Tanya. Who was it? Well, hold on, I just missed it. Tammy. No, I didn't do so. I didn't do anything at a Hornets game. I did it at the Checkers hockey game. I had to race. I don't know, some deal on the ice or whatever. Yeah, I did something there. I didn't win, but yeah, I did something there. I was always up for pretty much anything. So, I mean, it was really cool because once they got syndicated, they were going to all these different places, and finally they were going to a station in upstate New York. And the guy said, "Can you bring that Lamar guy with you?" And they called me and said, "Can you go?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I can go." And at that time, Jefferson Pilot owned the station, and that's how we had access. We like to call it the good old days. We had access to the private jet. Those were the good old. I mean, gosh, it was so cool to travel in a private jet. But they could take me because it didn't cost them anything. They weren't having to buy extra tickets or anything. So I started traveling with them, and on the way back, and we've been doing this for a couple of years at that point. And on the way back, Sheri said, she goes, "Are we paying you anything?" And I said, "No, not right now, you're not." And so we worked it out so I could be a contracted employee, and for a whole $25 a week or something. I forget what it was. It was yeah. It was it wasn't life changing money, but the joke's on her because I would have paid her $25 a week to let me do it. That's how much I love doing it, and I was able to do it. I was able to do the show and all the stuff at Budweiser. Um, my boss was really he was pretty cool about it, and every once in a while the Anheuser Busch people would come through, and we had a corporate office in Charlotte, and so they all listened to the show, so they would come in, and I got to meet them, and they were everything like that. So he was really cool about it. So not, I was very fortunate to have a job where I had that kind of freedom to do whatever. So
Yeah.
and so basically, like I say, I've been auditioning for this for close to 30 years, 29 years. So, let's see, and it
Finding
paid off. So if it's something you want to do, dang, don't give up on it. Just hang in there.
perseverance.
It might
Yeah.
take a while, but sooner or later, it worked out. So, Lynn wants to know my favorite story about my mom. Somebody already said they didn't want to hear the pinky toe story where she broke the pinky toe, but my mom was a champion. I mean, she was a champion. Um, my dad, when he was not drinking, was a great guy. He was a great guy. When he was drinking, not so much. But my mama took care of everything. My mama she was the deal. She was the absolute deal. I come first in everything that she did, and yeah, she was a hoss. But she was an ass kicker too. Now, oh my God, she was an ass kicker. I mean, she didn't take, pardon my language, she didn't take no shit from nobody, and especially from a kid. There was no back talking. There was none of that. When I was a grown man with my own youngins, I would have never said a cross word to my mama because she'd have took me down. I mean, she was that kind, but she was awesome. She really was, and she adapted to so many things and persevered through so many things. What made the story about the Christmas morning so poignant and funny at the same time was my daddy hadn't done nothing about doing anything for Christmas, not one thing. But then he wants to roll in and wake everybody up at 4 o'clock in the morning to see what Santa Claus has brought. And my mama, when we're all in there, and that's when she woke up, and we're all in there seeing what Santa Claus brought, and she was hot. God, she was hot. That's when she come through the hallway of the trailer, and everything was going great till that one, the pocket doors. That one pocket door was out about that much and caught that pinky toe on her right foot. She, man, she could say some words. She could say some words. She was a wonderful woman and a lady and everything else, but she could say some words, and she sure did.
During during Christmas time, there was a story of a woman who her husband did not wake her up for the kids opening all the presents that she wrapped and picked out for everybody on Christmas. So
Yeah.
he let the kids get up and open the presents and then left her sleeping. So she missed,
See, that's
and she was
wrong. That's
heartbroken.
wrong.
And he
Yeah.
didn't understand why she was upset. He didn't understand why she was upset at all.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Kat, you're talking about Kat Kane says that she used to think it was charming when I'd be on the phone and something would happen, the buzzer would come off on the show. I'd have to let the truck in. I would be doing a movie review, I'd be doing something, and a truck would pull up at the gate and they'd hit the buzzer and it'd ring off and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we had a lot of different. You know,
We
I
call that
did some.
ambiance.
Yeah, yeah, we call that. That's right. I did some movie reviews while I was riding a forklift, and I mean, yeah. So it was pretty good. Sandra, how did my mom and daddy meet? My daddy worked construction, and my mama lived up in the mountains, Kennesaw, Georgia, and he was working construction, and they met. And listen, I can let's see if I can hold on. This is a picture of my mom and my dad and my brother Troy and me. It was probably hard for the photographer to catch a point when my mouth was closed because I was but yeah, they met like that, and they traveled. The reason we lived in a trailer is my father. He built bridges. He ran bulldozers and cranes and that kind of stuff, and so they traveled a lot. So they pulled a trailer, and so when he finally settled down to stay in one spot, that's why we were in a trailer. We were in a trailer for quite a few years till we built a house across the road. Um,
Lamar, are there going to be any of your mom's recipes in the cookbook?
Oh yeah,
Happy
yeah,
with that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There is. There's going to be some recipes in there. Her mayonnaise biscuit recipe,
I'm
her
excited
cornbread
for that
dressing
one.
recipe. Uh, there's a couple of things. I've got different recipes from different members of the family and whatever. We got some listeners that's got recipes in. Um, Most of the recipes are pretty simple. I mean, my stuff's usually really really simple. Um, but yeah, and I make the biscuits. They're still not the same as my mama because I'm measuring stuff. She's never measured anything. I mean, it was everybody's mama's that way. They could whatever they made, they did it so often they knew what they were doing. And yeah,
My
yeah.
my grandma makes this macaroni and cheese like bake, and it's got macaroni cheese and then like a tomato paste on top of it, and it
Ooh,
is only good when she makes it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I only like it when she makes it.
yeah.
Um,
Jason Tannery's talking about the story of when my mama would guilt trip me, and she did. I mean, she did. She was I would think that we probably should have been a Jewish family with the guilt part. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she knew how to do it, but she was always looking for us to come visit, or looking for my brother to come visit, and he and I lived basically the same amount of space. Like he's on one end of it, and so we're on either side. She's right in the middle, and so sometimes we would try to meet up there together, or sometimes we'd rotate times to go. But out of the clear blue sky, I'd get a phone call on a Sunday morning, and it'd be my mama, and I'd say hello, and she'd go hello. And I'd say, hey, mama. She goes, well, you've answered the phone, so I guess you're not coming today. And I said, well, mama, I wasn't scheduled to come today. She goes, I know, but I was sitting here in the chair looking out the window. I was thinking, maybe y'all are coming today. And I'm thinking, maybe y'all are getting ready to pull up. But now that I've called you, I know you're not in the car. So you're not coming. Oh my God. I mean, it was horrific. It was horrific. And this happened quite often. Finally, one day I called my brother and I said, let me ask you a question. I said, does mama ever call you? And he goes, in his voice, he goes, are y'all coming today? Because I'm looking out the window and I'm waiting for y'all to come. Oh, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. It'd get to a point where when that phone, and I'd have to listen to her, and she would be just making me feel awful. And uh, I was married to my first wife at that time, and she'd say, "Who is it?" And I'd just shake my head, and I would hold up my fingers while I got the phone up to my ear, and I'd go, because I was almost to the point of suicide because I mean it was
so
terrible.
sad.
I mean she could do it, but I tell that story, but I never tell that story that I don't always say. I'd give anything if that phone would ring one more time. I do. So stop. If your mama wants you to go see her, you need to go see her. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna move on to something else. But yeah, she was
Um,
something else. She was something else. She really was.
so somebody asked, I think it was Mia, what I'm planting this year, and I don't. The truth is, I don't know yet. I'll pick up a bunch of things, stick them in the ground, and see what works.
You do a pretty good sized garden every year.
Yeah, so I just started when I moved into this house. I used to grow things in like what looked like a little kiddie pool
Yeah.
at my apartment. So now that I have a house and a yard, I can do a pretty big size garden. My dad's actually coming this weekend to help me build my greenhouse. But I'd like to do eggplant again, cucumbers again,
Yeah.
because I really enjoyed making pickles. Um, all sorts of hot peppers, I think I'll do again. Um, what else? Tomatoes, all sorts of crazy fun stuff. Oh, squash! I love making squash or growing squash to make fried squash. That's one of my
God, I love
favorite.
fried squash. I
Hmm.
do love it. It's a lot of trouble, but man, I love it.
Oh,
I
it's so
do love it.
good.
Mia, you're asking about mayonnaise biscuit. The mayonnaise takes the place of any kind of oil or butter. It's just a fat that goes in with the biscuits,
Hmm.
and it makes them so good. Oh my gosh, so good. The
Todd,
cookbook.
Todd
We're
Knotts.
working on it.
Hang on, I'm sorry, Todd Knotts. We cannot answer that question, and Lamar, even if Lamar did know, we're not allowed to tell you.
Yeah,
And it was not Bob. That I will say.
yeah. We know that for sure. We know that for sure. That would never, nothing like that would ever happen to Bob. Mm. Susan Kirk, 12-year-old Macallan Scotch is what I'm drinking tonight. Gardens. I love y'all people having a garden. I really do. And I tell you what.
It's so much fun. I'm putting together some blogs for you guys because I know everyone's the gardening people are really interested in what I'm doing out there. So there will be some blogs about it. You just find them on the website. I've got a section under special features called Notes from Heather, and you can check them out there when they're published, but they're coming.
All you people that love gardening now, I'm going to go ahead and make a guess, and I'm going to be 95% correct. Everybody that loves gardening now did not grow up as a kid having gardens. No kid that ever grew up with a garden ever wants to have a garden. God, we had one. Oh, God, we had one every year as long as I can remember. And we had three freezers. We had, oh my gosh, we were ready for Armageddon. But I hated the garden. I hated the garden because I had to get up on Saturday morning. I had to go out there and pull weeds out of the garden. I couldn't be trusted with a hoe or nothing because I'd chop the regular stuff. So I had to pull the weeds, and I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. Oh gosh, I
See,
hated it.
my dad gardened a little, but both my parents worked retail, so they didn't really have time for it. But my granddad, he grew like basically a half field of green beans. That was his favorite thing, and he grew tomatoes, and we would mess around a little bit there. But no, I didn't garden anything like you had to as a kid. But I I enjoy it. It gives me something when I get real irritated. I go out to the garden and just pull some weeds out. It's good for your brain. Um,
I could see how it would be relaxing because you want to do it. But
mhm.
when I wanted to be watching Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner, but I couldn't because I had to go pull weeds, that was not fun. Rebecca Willis, do not have a recipe for fried potato sandwich, but it sounds fantastic.
You have
The
to
word
email that
fried
to
and
us.
potato, oh my gosh, those are two words that go together.
Yeah, send it to us at hello at Bob and Sherry if you've got one.
Holly, did I get an allowance? No, I did not get an allowance, but we had cows. And my brother did the same thing when he was growing up, and I did too. As the cows would have calves, they would give me a calf, and I would get a calf from here and a calf from there. So once I got so many calves, I took care of the calves. Once I took care of all the other cows too, but then when we got ready to sell those cows, when it was time to buy a car, we sold the cows, and that was my car money. The cow money was my car money, and that's how I bought my car, and that's how my brother bought his car. So we never did get an allowance, but you know,
It yeah, so Judy, gardening can be like meditating. Like for me, I sit on a screen all day, and a lot of my hobbies I noticed involve screens. So I had to find something that let me like made me get out of the house. And then I found I really enjoyed gardening. Um, Hello, Julie Brown in Willow, Alaska. And then somebody asked if I like to cook. I do like to cook. I'm still learning a lot, but the more I'm learning, the more fun I'm having. I like to bake bread. I'm having a lot of fun with making different kinds of breads.
see, I don't bake. That's too scientific. I don't. You got to do right if you're baking. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention.
Also, the temperature of the butter when you're baking matters so much. It matters
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
You can't
Kim,
just
well,
pull it out of
Kim
the
English.
freezer.
I haven't heard of fried squash. What else would you do with squash but fry it? What?
Yeah,
Oh,
we in the South here we batter squash and fry it like potato chips,
yeah.
and
I
it's
like I
good.
like fried eggplant too. I like fried eggplant.
Yeah, I like to make fried eggplant in like fry shape.
Yeah. Listen, when I was a kid, our deal was we had a garden, and then we would have to pick, and I hated picking. But then we had to set out in the yard in those aluminum lawn chairs that you could get once they wore out. You could get a roll of the stuff and rewrap them or whatever. We had aluminum chairs, and we set out in the dark, and I'd watch the adults. Their cigarettes would glow as they were smoking them, and we're shelling peas, we're snapping beans. Oh my god! Oh god! I hated that. I hated it. I hated it. I
See, I
did.
love I love snapping the green beans. I don't know. I think it's probably because I never had to do it as a child.
Yeah,
But like there's something like it just gives me something methodical to do.
I love to eat the green beans. I mean, I really do. But I mean, and my mom used to try to guilt me on that too. After I got moved away and got married, the crops had come in. The gardens had come in. She said, "You want to come and help us? Help us. Snap some peas and put up some stuff." And I said, "Ma, I really don't." She goes, "Well, you're going to want some." I said, "No, no, I'm good. The store has it. I mean, oh, God, I just hated it. I hated it. I had to cut the okra, cat cane. I had to go cut the okra, and you get itchy when you're cutting the okra because it's itchy. I didn't like
That
doing
is
that.
that's one thing. I want to grow okra, but I don't want to deal with the itchiness of because I
Yeah,
get really skin my skin gets really irritated.
no. Carla loves pickled okra. She eats pickled okra all the time.
See, I'll pickle anything. I like it. If I grow it, I'll pickle it just to see if it'll pickle.
Yeah, yeah. And my mom made pickles, and she made jelly. We had blackberry jelly and plum jelly, and just apple jelly.
I can't wait till my blackberry bushes get mature enough to actually, you know, get some good blackberries on them because I'm gonna make blackberry smash cocktails
I
because
love
you can make them
blackberries.
with like bourbon and they're so good.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, fried okra too. Yeah, I love fried okra.
Fried okra is so good.
Yeah. Eggplant, as far as the recipe goes for eggplant, I treat it just like a squash. I slice it up and batter it and fry it, and it's really good. Oh, pickled eggs. Then pickled eggs are only good if you get them in a bar and they've been in that jar for 8 9 months. I mean, yeah. I love a pickled egg.
Pickled eggs, man, I once never saw a man again because he ate the pickled eggs at a bar. I just I was like, no, thank you, bye.
Now, I don't. Pickled pig's feet. I'm out. I'm out. Not doing that. I'm not doing that. But the pickled eggs. Oh yeah, I like the pickled eggs. But pickled pig feet couldn't do it.
We're Rebecca Willis. We're gonna give away some books of Bob. We got some to give away. I'd love to give away. Deviled eggs are good. Yeah.
I do like deviled eggs.
No, really, because the second he started eating those pickled eggs, I got the immediate ick, and I had to leave. Date
Really?
over. I'm. I was texting my friend, pretend to call me, say you've got an emergency.
Oh my god!
Just no, thank you. No. There are certain things that people can do on a date that I get the instant ick, and that's probably why I'm still single. But like top of the line are open mouth chewers. Like if you're
Oh
chewing,
no, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do it.
No, I love deviled eggs. I really, really do. Deviled eggs. That's whenever we have any kind of thing and people bring something, whoever brings a deviled egg, that's my favorite person because I do
Mhm.
love those.
Deviled eggs are so bad because you cannot just eat one of them. You're gonna eat half the tray.
Oh no, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's exactly right.
You got a lot of good food options. I have not had dinner yet, so this is actually making my stomach grow.
Yeah.
Do we
Listen, I
ever
like.
pickle beets? Cat cane. I know people that pickle beets. So yeah, I guess yeah, Southerners do pickle beets.
Yeah, we used to have we didn't pickle beets. We bought beets, and I had to eat beets as a kid. And once I realized I didn't have to eat them anymore, I quit. But I mean,
I like beets.
they weren't terrible. I mean, they were fun. They were fun.
There's a lot of things like if you make them. See, I never liked beets plain, but when you like mix them into like salads and stuff like, they're actually really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Stephen, it's Scotch. It's Scotch. Um, I tell you what, I started doing, and I always laughed at it because you know how you go to the grocery store and they've got those little bags of already boiled eggs in a bag. I'm like, I laughed about that. Who would buy that? Let me tell you, after you buy a bag of those, you'll continue to buy them because they're not. It's not a tremendous amount of cost, and they're already boiled and they're already peeled and they're perfect. Why would you not? Oh my gosh, that's a life changer. Whether I'm making egg salad or deviled eggs or whatever, those already cooked eggs. Oh, that's genius. I don't know why I waited so long to start buying them. I love them.
Yeah, they're not a bad way to go if you need a lot of them, and yeah, it's definitely convenient.
I don't care. I've tried. I've done every internet trick to boiling the eggs are not the problem, but peeling the eggs.
Mm.
All the things that they say work, they don't work. I mean, it's
Have you tried the like cracking it and then putting it in the plastic bag and shaking it?
no. I saw that, but the best I've got is do it under the water. You don't let them get too cold under the
Hmm.
water, and if you can get that water rushing and it gets up under that little skin or membrane or whatever, it's pretty good. But when you're making deviled eggs, you want them to look good. You don't want them to look gnarly. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that whole idea about convenience, I like the convenience of those eggs. That's yeah.
There are a few things that I won't eat at a store, like sushi. I won't eat like convenience like gas station sushi, but
No,
boiled
no,
eggs are not so bad.
yeah. The think about the sushi like at different grocery stores. If they actually have like a sushi chef there doing it,
Yeah.
and it's
Uh,
still packaged, but he's just got through doing it. It's yeah, you feel pretty good about that.
I would eat like Publix sushi any day because
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
put that together. But
yeah. Yeah, see, there's all those tips on doing the eggs. They're in a bag and they're already peeled and they're
hmm
perfect. So I don't even yeah. I'm done. I'm done doing that with eggs. Once I figured that out. You know, when you're talking about gas station pizza. If you go to a Q, I don't know if everybody doesn't have QTs, but if you go to a QT, their pizza's good. I mean, they make an actual pizza. You know, it's not frozen; it's there. It's really good. Listen, we could sit here and talk about food forever. I mean,
It's one subject any of us will talk about.
I love the food. I do. I love the food. I love the food. I've enjoyed getting this cookbook. This is way more. Oh my gosh, it's way more work than I ever. When this first came up, how about doing a cookbook? Yeah, I'll do one. No problem. Yeah. Mm.
In both my and Sherry's defense, we did try to tell you.
God, I know. You know, but I'm a team player. I mean, Sherry did one, so why can't I? Oh my gosh. Rebecca, when you were Mayo, what state are you in? Because we have a Mayo. We have a Mayo between Spartanburg and Chesney. It's called Mayo. I don't know if you. I'm sure it's not here, but anyway, I saw that. But yeah. Getting all the recipes, not so hard. Making all the recipes, getting pictures of all the recipes. That's a time consuming situation right there, boy. Mm, mm,
Also,
mm.
translating somebody else's recipe, whether it's
Yes.
a handful or a dash, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what does that mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I agree. Yeah. I've learned a lesson here. I have learned a lesson here. So
And that
I
should
don't
be
know. I don't
very.
know that there'll ever be a phase 2 cookbook. I think one's all we're going to be able to do.
That's why there wasn't a Cooking with Cats Volume 2.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. No kidding. Oh yeah, Florida. Okay.
I gas station fried chicken. So in the mountains, gas station fried chicken was the best fried chicken you could
Yeah.
get. Gas
Yeah.
station fried chicken, like I still have not had fried chicken as good as this tiny little gas station. I think it was like in Bryson City, North Carolina. I don't even know if
Yeah.
it's still there. But oh
Yeah.
my god, their fried chicken was so good.
See, here's the deal about fried chicken, and I love fried chicken. And my mama cooked fried chicken in a pan. She cooked it in a cast iron skillet, and it was awesome. There's no doubt about it. She worked herself to death. Your normal grocery store in the deli, there's a lady there that cooks that chicken every day for 8 hours a day. She's done this a gazillion times. She knows what she's doing. The chicken is very good. You don't have a mess in your kitchen. I mean, I know there's nothing like homemade fried chicken, but I got to be honest. Most of these grocery stores, they have good fried chicken. They have, you don't want to get there when it's been sitting there for too long. But I'm just saying, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
The same thing with those rotisserie chickens. A grocery
Oh,
store rotisserie chicken will save your life.
because they're all evenly cooked. They're all. I mean, there's no such thing. You don't get like a bad rotisserie chicken. And oh my gosh, yeah.
That's what I've had for my past two Thanksgivings because there's no sense in making a big turkey for just myself and one my grandmother. And so we just had, and we don't, neither of us really care about turkey anyway. The rotisserie chicken's better. Rebecca, I'm just having water. I am teetotaling tonight. Is that what it's called, teetotaling?
Teetotal, yeah, yeah, yeah.
In the fancy, I think Regina Denton sent this to us.
Wow,
I love these freaking things.
that is beautiful. Yeah, that is very cool. Yeah, oh yeah, Costco. Oh yeah, the rotisserie chicken at Costco. It's unbelievably good. It's
And
really good.
I will make chicken salad, chicken soup, chicken broth out of that. All of those pieces of
Yes,
rotisserie chicken
you're
get
good
eaten.
for multiple meals once you get one of those chickens. I mean, you really are. So yeah, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Y'all are just making me starving to death because I have not had any dinner.
Me too. My stomach is growling. I'm surprised you can't hear it.
Yeah. Oh. Well, thank
Um,
y'all so much for showing up tonight. It's been a big crowd. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. You've had some great questions. I hope we've had some decent answers. Oh, the pit. Oh, Gene. Oh, the pit. Oh my gosh, it is unbelievable. I've got a review. I did review it, but that was when I just first started watching it. It's an unbelievable show. Anybody that wants to see a real emergency room show that is not like a soap opera with a bunch of love stories and all that crap. and it goes out. Each episode is 1 hour. So the whole thing is one day. So you're watching 1 hour each week, and it is captivating and riveting, and it's awesome. It's really, really good. Really good. Steve, you're exactly right. I do hate a quitter, and I appreciate you sticking in because I hate a quitter. I really do. That's good. Oh, it's like ER on steroids. That's what it is, Judy. It's like ER on steroids. So good. So good. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna go. Both of us probably gonna go eat
We're going to go
whatever
get something to eat.
thing we're
Thank
trying.
y'all
Yeah.
so much. We've enjoyed it. Thank y'all for taking your time to hang out with us, and we've had a great time. We've enjoyed talking to you. And don't forget to vote for True Weird Stuff. We're going to get that Webby for Sherry, if at all possible. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
please.
Y'all have a great evening. We love y'all. Thank you so much.